Hello, world! Dave here, you may call me mowdownjoe. Welcome back to Let's Play Penny Arcades on the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness 3! Dear God. And, yeah, as you see there, we have 8 of the 13 torches lit, because we have gotten 8 of the 13 classes to level 50. To level 40, sorry. So, yeah, 5 more to go, and something special will happen. I have no idea what. But for now, Tycho wanted us to go to Periphery, so let's go ahead to the... So, off we go to the Periphery, and... where exactly are we going? I'm guessing the door with the hypermaw? That's gonna be... that sounds dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Yeah, well, whatever. So, you know, we've been through this part of the world before. What's behind this door? Metamaw, whatever. Alright, so, yeah. More fighting in the Periphery, and some really interesting enemies come up here. Centaurs and Satyrs. The Satyrs are... pathetically weak. Don't I one-shot these guys. I don't even know what they do, to be honest. I'm surprised they actually make us fight these guys at this level. Probably would actually have been a good time to get to grind some experience for the classes I haven't used so far, considering that they are about 3 levels behind everyone else. Well, 5 levels really. 3, sir? Great. Great. But anyway, the Centaurs don't really have anything fancy. Just blitz these guys. They really don't have anything that you really should be worried about. Bottle Rage will probably do enough damage that you can just laugh in their faces, really. But yeah. And from there, it's just... and really, after that, there's really not much else I can say. Almost got them all with Bottle Rage. I wonder how much... yeah, next set of attacks, next volley of attacks is gonna do them in. Like I said, these enemies are pieces of cake. I don't even know why they bother. I mean, do they expect us to be like level 35 or something? Are we actually over leveled for this part? I have no idea. I find it a little weird that they're throwing enemies this weak at us in an area that seems like it's meant to be endgame. Whatever. And we got Harpies. The puns. The puns. Yeah, we also have Sphinx and Minotaurs. None of these guys are really too threatening. If anything, really have nothing to worry about outside of... I mean, the Sphinx has a lot of HP, though, but the Minotaurs and the other guys, I'm not even gonna say it, are pretty much not that bad. Okay, so the Harpies do have an attack that hits the entire party, but it's not that strong, and considering how weak they are, and they do... Yes, I get it. I get it. It was probably better not to explain the joke. But yeah, these guys really don't have anything really threatening about them. You could probably just... hell, you could probably one-shot them all with claustrophobia without buffing yourself up too much. It is really that pathetic. Good old Bottle Rage. But yeah, these guys aren't really too strong, although the Minotaur does have and the Sphinx do have a lot of HP. Sorry. For some reason, I don't know what I was thinking of. Oh, Chimeras, that's what I was thinking of. Chimeras or Manticores, something like that. Masticores. Wait, that's only magic. I don't even know where Masticore came from, as far as I know, outside of Magic Gathering. That's the only time I've ever heard that phrase before. But yeah, these guys really have nothing too dangerous out of this fight. This guy, though, not quite. So yeah, we got Gorgon, the Adams, Rakshakna, and the True Scotsman. The True Scotsman has some really hard physical attacks, but he's very weak to magic, so you can probably just blitz him there. But the other two, they have some very hefty magic defense. You're better off just trying to punch them to death, because anything else will just be a little... will not fly over real well, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, they have a lot of HP, and they're actually kind of being... yeah, Tiger Mage, really funny. But yeah, these guys hurt like a dick. These guys, very challenging fight. In fact, I'd almost call them a mini-boss. They're actually considering that we're dealing with 3 of these guys and they have sufficient amount of HP, and it's... Overall, they're probably one of the most challenging fights that we'll actually fight here. Yet, although once you've gotten everything, once you've gotten all your buffs taken care of, you can probably just go ahead and punch your way through most of these guys. They don't have, I mean, Viral Rage will mostly be shrugged off by everyone but the Scotsman because of their really high magic defense, but outside of that, it's overall you really don't have too much to worry about. And I'm not kidding when I say that the other 2 do have really high magic defense. They will shrug off pretty much any magic you throw at them, so, you know, just stick with physical attacks. You got, and that, I mean, that kind of leaves Tycho and Jim a little out of their league, but I'm sure you'll manage. These guys really don't have anything that makes them too painful for, too dangerous outside of, you know, maybe sufficient amounts of magic. And I think maybe Rakshaka has some multi-hitting fire spells. Not quite sure. It's not like fire elements actually matter. It's not like elemental damage really matters that much for your party. It's not like we have any items that resist specific elements, at least that I've seen. But, you know, I feel like I'm almost at the end of the game, so I really don't see why I wouldn't see that. But yeah, these guys really don't have, outside, just take them out and, just in the simplest order that you can. These guys have a lot of HP, and once you get the pinch, and you can probably knock them out relatively quickly with enough uses of pinch max, so that it shouldn't be a hard fight, although it will be a very, very slow fight. That said, most of these guys are slow enough that all will do bonus damage against them, so if you happen to save up for that, more power to you. Good old all. It does so much damage, it's so crazy good. And what the hell? Anne? You killed Anne? Tycho killed his niece? Well, yeah, but... Well, yeah, when the end comes, not when it was... not when you cause it. So you want Anne to be the basis of the new universe, instead of, you know, Oblivion. I guess that's better than not existing, but you're still gonna not exist. Oh dear God. I didn't actually think this series would ever make me cry, but this almost did. Yagmadaya, the god of doors himself, huh? You're hewn? You mean, great, Dr. Blood got the last painting and revived him. Oh well, it's boss time against Yagmadaya, the god of doors himself! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to kill a god and end the universe, and restart it with Anne Claire or something. I don't know how this is gonna work, but yeah, the standard practices go here. This guy kind of starts off with some chuckle skill that doesn't, as far as I can tell, does nothing, but he is dangerous. Do not underestimate him. He has 2 forms though. His first form's is actually nothing to really worry too much about. He kind of has he hits kind of hard with physical attacks, but he really doesn't have anything else up his sleeve. So really, this is a good time to prepare for the second forms. Go ahead, get all your buffs going, get some apocalypse spells churning, and retcon them to delay them until like his second form, if you can help it. Good luck with that. Outside of that, just get all your buffs going and all your. Don't bother trying to debuff him now. You'll have to reapply those debuffs once he gets into his second form. But your buffs will carry over, so just so prep all that in advance and just go all out with your regular attacks, because he really doesn't have anything fancy. He's weak to Holy and resistant to Dark, which is, you know, to be expected. So just go at it with your best Holy damage, your Magnifying Glass, your Devil Knuckles. It should all deal reasonably sufficient damage to him. He doesn't really have anything else. I mean, he cackles a lot. He doesn't really, which, as far as I can tell, does nothing except maybe, and he has some annoying physical attacks. But just get your buffs going, and just worry about the whooping you'll be receiving in the second part. Because the first part's nothing. First part is what makes the second part easy is how well you prepare for the first part. And he's relatively fast. It's kind of hard to get a decent interrupt, but he really doesn't have anything that makes him dangerous. I do love this music, though. It is really nice, epic final music. Works well. Probably the best final boss music that I've seen out of any of Zeboid's games, come to think of it. I've played, and I haven't... Well, I've played everyone except for Molly the Werezombie, and that was a visual novel, as far as I know. So, yeah, this guy doesn't really have anything dangerous, and the fact that he's resistant to Dark Magic probably is actually a good reason to go with Skeleton Fiend over Bottled Rage. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of HP in this first form, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, he will restore himself to full right once you get into that second form. So watch your back against him. He is definitely... He's not strong in this form, but he will be a little bit of something to worry about soon enough. But yeah, Cthulhu... Just go at it with your strongest skills, and you should come out on top, as far as I can tell. So, just yep. Yeah, sadly he is not slow enough for all to do bonus damage, even with the slow going. Yeah, and there's his second form. He actually transforms a little prematurely before dying, so as far as I can tell, you can't interrupt his second form, and he heals 45,000 HP once he does once he does use transform. So yeah, and here's his second form. This is actually the dangerous form. This is the form that you really want to prepare for, because he has a lot of really strong dark magic, and some of it can hit your entire party. Brace yourselves. He also has a vortex spell that I'm guessing is like a prophecy, but I'll spoil it for you. He used it in the battle against me, and it never went off. And yeah, as you see, he's pretty resistant to the Annihilator. I have no idea what type of damage it does. I would assume by the animation Holy, but he's actually pretty not resistant to Holy, so, I mean, he's pretty weak to it from what I've seen, so maybe Dark? I have no idea what damage the Annihilator does, but it is potentially more potent. But in this case, I guess it would probably be better. Yeah, I'm guessing it's Dark Magic, considering, you know, Unholy Error there. But yeah, he's also pretty resistant to every type of magic except for, well, he's just got a lot of defense in general. You need to re-establish a defense debuff if you really want to see your attacks really break through, especially if you want to use, like, Magnifying Glass or whatever. But yeah, once you've got him low, you should come out relatively fine. Your buffs, like I said, your buffs from the first phase carry over to the second. So once you get and he doesn't have a lot of HP, so you could probably just stun him, and most of your damage will just burn him out of his 90,000 HP. Well, 90,000 total from the two forms. He is definitely, of course, once he does get, yeah, not great damage, but it's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't pay for it. I guess it's comparable to Devil Knuckle, I guess. Although Devil Knuckle did a lot more to him. I guess he's just higher magic resistance. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, open rift. Too bad he just didn't... Too bad he was stunned the entire battle and it didn't really matter. But yeah, he gives a lot of experience, and now the other classes are only 2 levels away from being mastered. I hope we actually do it before the end of the game. Yeah, we just killed another god. Doesn't that mean, like, the end of the universe or something? Or is it because we killed him in his universe, in his coil, instead of our mortal coil, that it doesn't actually... that killing him doesn't actually matter? But for beating him, we get the Wonder Bus, which is... well... yeah, as I say, Tycho can't decide which one I like more, and it's clearly a upgrade to the Omnibus. I mean, the speed boost is nice, and if you want him to be a little more tanky, you got that going before it, but it's kind of hard to pick between the two. I end up sticking with the Omnibus, honestly. They're both good, though. I think they're both fair picks. But I guess that will wrap it up for this episode. There's really nothing more that we can do here. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dave. And remember to keep an eye out on things that go bump in the night. Take care, everyone. So much grinding I'm gonna have to do in Coliseum until level 40 on those other classes. Eventually. Always one up in yourself, huh, Zeboid?